This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Look, we all knew that this was going to start happening, like I keep saying, with the dominoes falling one after the other. Well, the mandated Jabberoo, which of course they will not tell you is mandated, but if you don't have it, you don't get a job, you don't work, you don't get to go to the grocery, you don't get to go on vacation, you don't get to leave state lines. These are all things that are coming. So it's literally Big Brother forcing you without saying you're being forced. And these are the headlines that I want to show you today. And of course, over the last few days, some of the things that have come out, including an interview with this guy who goes by the name of Anthony Scaramucci. Yeah, you might remember Anthony Scaramucci recently, because within the last week I did a video about a really satanic music video, which was directed by his son. Oh boy, what a small world. All this stuff is connected. The video about Freemasonry, Satanism, the occult, the one-eye symbolism, the Antichrist symbolism, the love movement, all these things that have been tied into Satanism and the occult. And then his father just conveniently happens to be somebody who's on TV saying, if you don't want to get the magic potion, leave. Remember the old saying, America, love it or leave it? Well, they don't really give you too many options, because it's going to be the world, get the jab, or be FEMA'd. Because the option of leaving it isn't a real option. First of all, where are any of us going to go? Right? That's why now more than ever, it is so important for everyone to stick together. As far as people who do not want to get this, who are not going to, there is nothing that can be done that will make me get it. Period. I will live on the streets, I will live on the floor, I will live in the woods, wherever, if that's what it comes down to. I am not taking any chances putting this in me. I am not taking any chances with the mark at all. So being able to buy or sell, is this, everyone wants to debate it, go ahead, but don't make stupid decisions. So here's an article on CNN, Corporate America to Workers, get jabbed or get out. And here's the guy whose son Mooch I just exposed a week ago. How convenient that he's on TV talking about chips, deflecting, dismissing, and trying to be funny about it. Like, oh, we're all crazy, yet you're the ones who keep bringing attention to it in the mainstream media.
I want to pivot to COVID for a second in this Delta variant. News this morning that the NFL trying to incentivize their teams effectively. You saw that news to say, look, you got to get the vaccine and have to forfeit a game. You folks aren't going to get paid.
I grew up in a blue-collar family. I got a fight going on in that family. People distrust the system. Let's just call it for what it is. The establishment has let down a lot of blue-collar people. I grew up in an aspirational blue-collar family. Many people today feel desperational. And so when something's foisted upon them, they distrust it. I just really wish we could explain the science better to these people. I'm fully safe. It is so important for the society to get these people fully back. But there's going to be a fight breaking out. You saw, he said there's going to be a brother-on-brother fight breaking out over this stuff because people are scared, but they've also stopped trusting the establishment. So it's a combination of things. It's better communication, and it's getting to those people, letting them know, look, you're going to be safe. It's okay to think. I don't have a microchip in my body. Okay, it didn't genetically alter my cells. What it's doing is it's protecting me from the worst pandemic in the last 100 years, and it's allowing our economy to open up. And if you have young children, you have them, I have them, that's enough to protect your children. That's my message.
Were you mandating? What are you doing in your office?
Well, I mandated it in my office.
You did?
Yeah, I mean,
and the lawyers didn't tell you couldn't?
Well, we're a private company. If someone wants to fight me over the mandate, that's fine. Let's take it to the court. But I'm also mandating at the SALT conference. And so our conference is the Javits Center. Hopefully you're going to be there. You're in huge demand, by the way. A lot of our superstar hedge fund managers want you to interview them. But we mandated it there because I want to keep people safe.
Right.
I think it's very important. And you've been to conferences recently where they've mandated it.
So but what is your take, though, on a lot of businesses and business leaders who say, I can't mandate it. Either my lawyers are telling me I can't do it, or I really want to...
They're being soft. We're in a society now where things are so politically correct, and we got this woke and Me Too, She Too culture. Make a decision. You're a private company. Let's cut it out. We got to keep people safe. You don't want to get vaccinated, leave. That should be the message. And people start getting vaccinated. like the totalitarian nonsense. It's not about that. This is about once in a while we have to team up as a society to protect each other.
I wonder if that is, part of obeying universal law. I talk about universal law because there are laws that, free will is a thing. People need to be able to know what's going on to a point. They use all these different tactics to show you that the occult and all these things are real and really happening through signs, through symbols. They're constantly telling you what their plan is, what their agenda is. They just laugh it off and deflect right in front of everyone's faces, and the naive fools that live in this world think that, it's all big fun, it's big joke, what's going to happen? And remember, I've said this for years. One of the things with the magic potion is, if you don't see an instant result, then people aren't going to care. And of course you're not going to see an instant result. If people were instantly getting it, and something was instantly happening to them, then people would be suspicious. But if something happens 3 years down the line, 2 years down the line, even 6 months down the line, they will not correlate the two. Because wherever they go, whatever physician they go and see, he's not going to tell them that they're connected to one another. Here's another article on CNN. Corporate America, that's the one I was just reading. The Corporate America, get it or get out. And then there's articles about how every state is now mandating this for state officials, state employment. Okay, so this is horrible. So if you're somebody out there who has relied on being a state worker, well, this is going to be forced on you. Do you have a lawsuit or anything on your hands? Probably not, because they run, read the protocols of the elders of Bagelville or any of those books that talk about how these court systems are set up. It's a waste of time. You don't stand a chance. All you got to do is look at the thing that happened in Houston with the hospital. How quick did that happen? Right? Oh, these employees are not going to get it. Oh, well, we're going to fire you. Oh, well, we're suing. Well, that got dismissed in under a week. It wasn't even a dragged out thing. Just dismissed. No one's talking.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, introducing the new Ego Power Plus blower, the handheld blower with unmatched power. It generates a staggering 650 cubic.
You don't hear the mainstream media talk about it. Why did they bring attention to it? Well, because they wanted to show you this is what will happen if you try to pull any of this crap. We're in charge. You're not. You're going to do as we say without us telling you it's mandated. Good luck eating, buying, selling, living. Good luck. That's what they're telling you. This is our government. Our government who we are supposed to be in charge of. We the people. You know that saying, we the people? It's supposed to hold meaning. It's just a shame because all these dopes who go and vote and think that their vote counts, where are they to hold these people accountable? Because when I say something, I know someone will go, well, you didn't vote, so, it's your own fault. Because now we got Biden in it. I mean, give me a break. These people have never cared about their citizens. They never will. And it's never going to change, no matter who they put in office, because that's how this whole thing works. So here's the article, Corporate America telling its workers to get the magic potion or get out. That's really, really nice. It's kind of crazy, right? That, your body, your choice isn't a thing, but when it comes again to the plan and the parent, shouldn't they, you'd think maybe they'd be forceful about saving the babies. No, they're not. Of course not, because that ties into everything that's going on with the satanic world that we live in and the sacrifices that need to be made, literally. Man, after months of reluctance, corporate America is taking a stand on keeping its returning workers safe. A growing number of companies are requiring their employees to take the potion, and in some cases for clients and customers, most companies are allowing for very rare religious and health exemptions, of course, but the I read something scary on Facebook excuse doesn't apply anymore. So in other words, if you're somebody who goes and you bring up the mark, that is not going to work. So you're going to have to think of something else to use. I mean, so it's like, oh, the religious exemption thing. But if it's something you read on Facebook or read on the internet or heard on YouTube, you can't use that excuse, right? Unbelievable. Silicon Valley is leading the way. Facebook and Google have announced that its employees returning to the office must be jabbed. Netflix is the first studio to mandate it. All actors who star in the streaming giant's programming and the employees who come in contact with them must have the old magic potion. Wall Street offices are filling up fast, and they're required there as well. The financial sector says The financial sector says get jabbed or find a new job. BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, of course. BlackRock pretty much owns everything. Morgan Stanley. I mean, this is bad. You know, there's no other way to put it. You know, make fun of it all we want to and how stupid and everything. This is what's happening. This is not good for anyone. And this should be one of the most important things on everyone's minds, and what everyone is discussing is how to figure out a way around it. Okay? Because people out there who are homesteaders and things like that, you're going to be needed more than ever, probably. People are not only going to forget losing your job, people aren't going to have places to live. You don't think they'll come down to it to some point if you live in an apartment complex? You don't think that they're going to come and they're going to say, oh, well, because you're in this complex, this is a magic potion only complex, you have to get it because you're going to make other people sick and throw you out in the streets, and then it spreads just like that. Not the one-niner. I mean, it spreads to where you can't rent a house, you can't buy a home because the mortgage company won't give you the mortgage. They won't lend it to you. The banks won't lend you money. I mean, this is how it's all going to go. They're going to look at everyone who doesn't get it as a detriment to society, and this is not going away. This is going to be a yearly thing. So people who might off the bat here lose their jobs, things like that, well, where are they going to be a year from now where they say, look, you got to get it and you got to get the booster or you don't work. They're doing what they want and getting away with what they want. And I mean, look, things like, that's why, you know, when I expose stuff like these music videos, I mean, look at the tie-ins. They're all connected. So you have a music video with a guy, you know, some loser makes a music video. Everyone's holding up pyramids. Everyone's doing all the all-seeing eye symbolism, the same symbolism on the dollar bill. All of them are doing it. I know his father just happens to be a big Wall Street tycoon, and he's on the TV telling everyone they should fire their employees if they don't go and get it. You don't think these things correlate? That's the occult who wants this in you? Oh, but it's because they have your best interest at hand. That's why they give us free antibiotics. That's why we all have universal health care. Oh, wait, we don't have those things. That's why if somebody's on their deathbed and can't afford a transplant for $50,000, what do you think happens to them? They go bye-bye. You don't see Big Brother step in. Oh, we're here to help. We're here to help. The only time you hear any of these celebrities do anything with this is just one of their phony facades, holding up big blank checks. Oh, we're philanthropists. Oh, we do this. This is exactly what is taught in their teachings. I've covered this for years. They are all taught to be philanthropists in the public eye. That way, nothing traces back to, well, I mean, it'll trace back to places like children's hospitals, but they'll say, oh, they're great people. They're doing this and they're helping. What are you doing, Carl? What are you doing, other people out there? They're doing their part. You're not. You can't be suspicious of these people because they're giving, and that means they're good-hearted people. It's all a scam. This government's a scam. This country's a scam. Canada's a scam. Australia's, all of it, everywhere. They are all working together. There's no China, the boogeyman with the U.S. There's no North Korea boogeyman with the U.S. These are all tactics that they're using. The left, the right.
David, you know, we come out here for the winter to be with you, and it's like you're not even here with us.
I'm sorry, guys. I've just been talking.
This is a full-on war against the people and the citizens of the world. Just nobody seems to care. And people are getting to the point, I can tell, where they're not as fighting against this as much. Some people are giving in. Some people are just going, all right, I mean, geez, at this point, you know? And that's what a smoke out is. I keep calling it smoke out, because they're just continuing to push and push and push the people to the point of no return. So they want it to be mandated. You know, it's going to be mandated to have employment. City employees, unfortunately, places in Silicon Valley. That's how it's going to be. You know, and even things like, you know, you might say, well, you know, what about, you know, Patreon and stuff like that, or those places too. They won't let people be funded by the people. They want full control. We've given them full control, unfortunately, without even realizing it. And that's why we are where we are. And if I sound a little drained in my voice, it's because I am a little bit drained. I'm a little bit pissed off. Okay, I'm a whole lot. because they just get away with this stuff every single day. And instead, constantly still, brothers, sisters, all of us continue to fight amongst each other about nonsense, politics, stupid crap. Oh, did you know, this verse in the Bible versus that verse versus fruits versus works, or, work-based. That's what I hear when I see Christian, YouTubers and Christians on the streets looking to point a finger at one another while the world around us is burning. Burning. And I do care about these people who are getting it. I try to tell myself, they're idiots. They're getting it. It's their fault. It's their problem. I see a lot of you comment. You don't think that I know people personally in the real world who have gotten it? You don't think I have friends or people I grew up with who have gotten it? Of course I do. You might say, Carl, you have friends who aren't awake? Yeah. The hardest people to wake up are the ones who are closest to you, unfortunately. And seeing people do this to themselves is heartbreaking to me. Heartbreaking. And they don't have the willpower like we have to just continually say no. Nothing's going to change my mind. Nothing, I'm sure, is going to change yours. But this smoke out tactic is going to work on many, many people. And it's a damn shame. I want to remind everyone to check out the website at callfornuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. I want to thank all of the Patreons and everyone who's here. I appreciate you guys greatly. Share your information that's up on the website. Anything you have that you want to share down below. What's going on in your states? Are you seeing this stuff? How about your employment? I'm very interested to know these things about everyone out there, because this is something we're all dealing with and we all need to be aware of. It's at the state lines now. It's at the, state workers, and then Silicon Valley, and then Wall Street, and then schools. Obviously, we already know that's already on the horizon. It's already here. And then what? Walmart? Yes. McDonald's? Yes. Everyone. And then people who are like, well, I don't need that. I don't need corporate. Well, they're going to make it so that you can't. Oh, you work on your own? Okay, well, you have a W-2 or what? Oh, no, well, guess what? You can't have a bank account with this bank. All these banks are going to start shutting you out. That's how it's going to go. We have got to stick together now more than ever. I thank you guys for being here. God bless you and your families.